Hey everyone. Sorry if I don't know, I'm not completely as enthusiastic. I woke up with an upset stomach today. Um, I just wanted to share some awesome news. Um, well, I have my physical with my primary care doctor next week, and all I need is a referral, and then I'm in with Fenway to get my treatments done. And I talked to the coordinator of this place through email, and he, tried to reassure me of the process you have to go through and everything. And pretty much up to it could take up to 3 appointments of meeting with them before I get my testosterone shot. So they said all I need is a referral from my doctor. So once I get that, I'm all set. First appointment, I talk to providers, give a little bit of my info. Second appointment, I talk a little bit more about stuff, and then they do lab work. And because there's a lab at the facility and they get results quickly, he says that that's a bonus. It's very easy to get the lab scans done and everything. And he said by the third appointment that I could end up getting my prescription for my testosterone and my hormone treatments. So I'm super excited. Another awesome thing that is happening is I am officially getting my first packer in the mail soon. I got a tracking number for it yesterday. My fiance had ordered me a packer, unfortunately, because funds are a little bit low right now. I kind of took a little bit of advice from Chase, uppercase Chase, which is one of the people that I religiously follow on Twitter, on YouTube, and he did a review on the Mr. Limpy packer. It's just a packer. It's a classic packer. I'm not able to get like an STP at the moment. If you don't know what STP is, it's almost like a packer, which is pretty much a prosthetic penis that you would wear to make yourself feel more comfortable with your body. And they do have STPs, which is stands for stand to pee. So that way, like, there's the cup that covers your area, and you will be able to pee standing up. I've been looking into like the Peacock. I might put like links in the description to these websites if you guys are interested and have the funds to afford. But the Peacock's like around $200. I don't even know if that's including shipping. There's probably shipping costs because I think it's like out of country out of the U.S. They also have the Freedom STP. They have ones that are 3-in-1, which is P, Pleasure, and Packer, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm actually getting the Mr. Limpy in the mail. So this is gonna be my first packer, and I'm super excited to see how it works. Like, if it actually really does help with this dysphoria that I've been dealing with. I was just super excited, and I've been waiting for the right time to be able to like record because I've been so busy lately with the fitness. I woke up a little sick today with nausea and anxiety and stuff, and I had a therapy appointment that I had to sit through because I don't really leave the house much because of my anxiety and depression. That I have therapists and med doctors and stuff like that that come to my house to do house visits. So I just got through having my therapy session, and then my fiance just left to go take my dog for a ride around the block again with her mom. Um, which I'm extremely proud of because she's also agoraphobic, and she's been getting a lot of distance, and she's been going out almost every day with her mom, just riding around and getting crazy progress. But I'm starting to get a little progress as well. I was also diagnosed agoraphobic due to unknown reasons, but I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder, which can cause people to become homebound. I do have a phobic anxiety disorder, which can do the same thing. along with the dysphoria, I honestly just feel disgusting and I don't want people to see me, so I usually don't even want to go out. But since I've been jogging and stuff, I've actually like been feeling a little better. I'm supposed to go for a 2 mile run today, and I'm not exactly sure if that's gonna happen or not. I'm gonna see how I feel by 1:30, 2 o'clock. It's off and on drizzle and rainy out with a little clouds, but if my stomach is better enough, I'd prefer jogging in the rain because I might get sick, but you know what? I could also die from the heat, from heat stroke as well, because every time I have had to jog or do a brisk walk, it's been like 94, 96 degrees out, and I have one of these little mini bottles, and by the time like my run is halfway through, the bottle's already empty, so I'm like exhausted and dehydrated. By the time I get home, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, but I was also thinking, because I am doing exercises and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember the last video that I uploaded, if anybody is even keeping up with my videos. I doubt it, but because I can see the views of videos, I haven't really gotten any views on the last two videos that I uploaded. Came in parts because the video was so long, and I tried to clip and edit it so I can merge the two together, and because both videos were around 16 minutes long, I had to do it in two parts. So if you've watched that video, I actually showed like what muscle growth I have already gained. I weighed myself and I gained like 2 or 3 pounds, and it discouraged me a lot, and I think that's what really made me start jogging and doing my exercises more like intentively. I don't know how I would explain it. Like I have more motivation, like I'm pushing myself, I'm acting like a Nazi or like a drill sergeant in my head when I'm doing my run, like, no, you will make it to that mark before you slow down. Do not slow down one pace before you reach that marker, and I'll set like a spot where I run to, and then I turn back around to continue my jog. Like I go along a bike path that is at the back of my house, and it's a very tranquil area. That's why I choose it. It's not high traffic, even though it's a bike path. You rarely see anybody on it. So as a beginner, there's a lot of comfort there with like you're gonna be huffing and puffing and stopping, and you don't look flawless and the best your first week on trying to jog and stuff. So it's good to have like a tranquil area that kind of relaxes you and calms you down. If you're having anxiety or you're frustrated and anxious and you just want to go for a brisk walk down the bike path, there's like tall like flowers and bushes with trees, and there's butterflies that are beautiful everywhere, dragonflies, all that stuff, and I just go back and forth up the path until I reach my destination of like whether it's a mile, 1.5 miles, 2 miles, stuff like that. But pretty much the main reason for this video is I was super excited. I'm getting my first packer in the mail. The second I get my packer, I'm definitely doing a video to show you guys. I might do like a quick like overview of what I think, first impressions on it. I'll update, after a week or so of using this and my experiences with how it's fitting with my clothes, or how it feels when you sit down, like, oh shit, I sat on my balls or something. Like, I'm gonna do like another update later on or whatever, but yeah, I'm getting my first packer in the mail. I got, well, I'll explain the details when it actually comes in. It comes in 3 colors. Honestly, it was really cheap. I got it on earlytobed.com. I think shipping was around $6, and the Mr. Limpy, the newest edition of Mr. Limpy, that if you go to Uppercase Chase, he has a video that says, it will say like Mr. Limpy review. You can see that one first if you would like. You get to see what it looks like if you're impatient. You don't want to wait until mine comes in. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's in the same I think it's actually in the same state, not in the same state. I think it's coming from Chicago, and I'm in Boston. So I don't think it should take more than a week for it to get here. It already has been shipped out. I know a lot of places actually will make it on the day of the order. So they said expect like a processing wait time of 2 to 3 weeks, and I was like, I'm not having that. But this place right away, they must already have them made and packed away, and they just ship them out because like a day or two after she ordered, it was already out, and I got a tracking number yesterday for it. But I have a little bit of like a question with maybe people who already have some experience with this situation. I'm looking for a binder, a chest binder. I looked on Amazon. Amazon had a decent amount that were like, they were cool. They had like tank tops and stuff. Where like it was specifically like I found some for females that are tank tops, or they have like, it gets cut off midway, like, most binders that you will see. They had strapless. I honestly was like really really interested in like trying out the strapless, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. If it's gonna be like a strapless bra where like you have to constantly pull it up or something, or it's tight enough to stay in place. They're out of country. They're like in Japan or something. So even though I could afford it because it was like really cheap, it gave me an estimated delivery time with like between the end of August and the mid September, because it's out of state, and I don't want to have to wait that long. I want to try and find a local vendor that has a great quality chest binder that I'll be good with, um, that's not gonna hurt, be uncomfortable. I want it to be as convenient as possible. I want to go for strapless only because I feel like the normal binders that have the straps and stuff, you can see it when you wear tank tops sometimes. I want it to not be visible so it looks like I have the flattened chest. And if I wear like this, I don't like this. Every time every time I go out for a jog, or if somebody's coming by my house unexpectedly, I always run for my hoodie to cover myself because I kind of feel ashamed that I even have to wear a bra to begin with, and I don't want people to see it. And it's even worse when it's a binder. It's like, I don't know. I wanted to try the strapless. If you guys, I can't find a reputable place to buy one that is affordable. To be completely honest, I found binders online that will like less than $10, but or a little bit over $10. I have like 13 something on my card, and then I have a couple dollars in cash. Cash doesn't help though. But I have some money that is on my card that I was able to afford the strapless binder that was on Amazon, but because of the shipping time and because it's out of state is why I shied away from it. But if you guys know any places that have really like, it will get the job done, honestly. When I get my whole social security and disability figured out, I'm going to purchase more expensive and better quality items. Once I get my money, I'm gonna go for like the STP, maybe the Freedom or the Peacock, or if you guys have any advice or suggestions on a better one than that. I get a little picky when it comes to the detail work. Like, dude, I don't want my balls bigger than my penis. That shit don't look right. It don't look right. And I seen some where the balls were hanging way too damn low for a goddamn packer. Like, how are you going to sit down? That shit's gonna be in your booty hole when you sit. Or you're gonna smush it, it's gonna go right up into you. You're gonna be female all over again wearing that thing. It's just gonna go get sucked in. I don't know. But any advice is like great. Any like um any like whatever like comments you may have, questions or about me personally, I can do a Q&A video if you guys wanted, just to get to know me personally, like in other ways. Everyone knows I'm like 100% like, unfortunately, like really honest. Excuse me, I'm grabbing something. But oh yeah, I'm getting sidetracked a lot because like I'm not feeling very well, so I start a topic and then I don't finish it. But my last video, sorry, I got a phone call from my girlfriend. She was at the store and she was asking questions. But back to what I was talking about previously, my last video, I was talking about the different progress and how my muscle growth has been since I started my workout. I showed off what my arms looked like or whatever at that time. I honestly don't know. I'm still not really seeing much of a difference in like my arm or anything. Like, not much of like a big difference. I don't know. Hopefully with tea, then it will boost it up a bit. Fat will re like move around and all that good stuff, and hopefully all the work that I've been putting into this weeks before my transition, or months, I don't know. I mean, they said 3 appointments until I could possibly get my script, but it sounds like it's quick, but I don't know what their average wait time for an appointment is. It could be like waiting 3 months between each appointment. It could probably take half a year before I even get my testosterone shot. I have no idea. I'm hoping to God it's really not that long of a wait between appointments, because this is something I've been waiting so long for. But again, if you guys have any suggestions on where I could buy like an awesome like binder, I'm open to all binders, but I really want to try the strapless, so that way I could wear a tank top and it looks natural. Even t-shirts or whatever, like it'll look more natural not to have straps hanging out like your collar or something. Because even when I wear a regular t-shirt, the straps come so close to the neck area, I usually like pull them and like separate to like not be seen. If I had a strapless freaking binder, I could just put whatever or just throw anything on, and it's like I'm naked and my chest is flat, and then my packers come in, and I want to be able to experience. I wanted my packer and my binder to come in around the same time, so that way all together I can just experience for once a little bit of normalcy within my mind. But oh my god, when I get my packer, I'm totally gonna do another video. I already warned my worker when I saw her yesterday that I want to document myself, that I will be recording videos if I'm going to an appointment. I will let people like record random videos in the car. I told her I'll keep her out of the video for privacy reasons, because technically she's not allowed to be in any photographs or anything like that. It's breaking contract. And she's like, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's fine. So you will be seeing videos of me going to my appointments. I told her I'm definitely making sure that I get documents, like physical, like visual document on camera of my first tee shot. I want it to be documented. I want to have that memory forever, and I also want to share it with other people. I want my girlfriend my fiance to be able to see it, because she's homebound. She can't make it as that far yet. Fenway is a good almost hour drive from where I live now. If I still lived in my previous apartment before I moved, it would have been a walking distance for me. Which kind of sucks that now, like, but I have a car, so it might take, it's not going to be as long, but it's still, like, it's all the way in, like, Alston, Brighton, and I'm all the way in Revere. I used to work in Alston, Brighton area when I was living in Revere, and I had to take a bus at least 4 hours before had to be at work, and I'd make it there just in time. So it's literally like a 2-hour travel just with buses and trains alone. So I'm hoping cutting that down with a car, it would be maybe 45-minute drive, I'm hoping. but there's a lot of highway in this area, so it might be quick, like express ride straight there. I don't know, but regardless, I have taken pre-T photos, um, and everything. I am going to compare with throughout the months of me being on T. Like I said, I got this idea. I'm not trying to copy exactly what this person had done, but Ryan Jacobs had really like enlightened me to really push myself. Seeing the progress that he had gone through within just 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and how significant of changes that they've gotten, it really made me like, I just want it now. I want it. So, I have pre-T photographs that I have taken already of certain areas of my face in general, just to compare structure, the side of my face, my chin area, my mouth area, to show the hair that I have at pre-T. I don't know if you can see on camera, probably not. Maybe this side, it's a little bit my phone's plugged in, so I can't move very far to get into the light for you to see, but on pre-T, this whole area, my whole, like, up here, all the way down, and, this area, like, a goatee is actually already has, like, hair, but it's the light blondish type of hairs. I do tend to grow, hair, like, on the corners in black, so they look like little cat whiskers, but on the sides, coming down this way and coming down this way, I actually am growing. I already have hair that is dark. So it already looks like I'm starting to grow sideburns or a beard. So I can imagine my hair growth might be crazy when I finally get on T. But I have everything, like pictures of my stomach, my muscles, my face areas, all ready for when I start T. I'm gonna start comparing photos each month as well. And I want, because for me, for my own enjoyment, I would love to see, because you don't notice it yourself until you see it in the video, just like Ryan Jacobs said. You don't really notice your voice changing. You don't really notice these little things until you watch a video of yourself and you're like, holy crap. You watch a video from before and then watch a video you just recorded, and then you notice the voice changing. You notice your facial structures changed and stuff like that, because it happens at a slow pace for some people. Some people, they get all the changes very quick and early in the transition, but it stops, and then you stay the same. But some people, they gradually go through the changes up to like 2 or 3 years maybe. You can go through changes before it stops. Some people get it like a quick burst right at the beginning. I don't know how my body is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a quick burst in the beginning, but who knows. My metabolism and my everything is very slow. My digestive system, all of my body is just really slow at producing stuff and taking stuff in. So who knows? I might end up having an elongated transition, which would suck, but it would definitely test my patience and my commitment to this decision. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video. Pretty much, I'm waiting on my first packer in the mail. Yes, I need help with the binder. I found binders for males who have gynecomastia, and they're tank tops where it only puts the compression in the chest area and the upper area, but is loose everywhere else, so it looks like a normal tank top. I could even just wear that bare, but obviously I would probably have to have tape on my chest if I do bare, because, you know, things pop out and say hello through your shirt. So I might have to find a way that I can tape down until I have surgery done or something to fix this issue, if that's something that can be fixed during the top surgery. When they resize and relocate your nipples and stuff during the surgery, hopefully that won't be an issue as much. I mean, I see dudes with nipples popping out of their shirt, but it's a noticeable difference with females and males. Males have smaller nipples than females. That's why they're reshaped and relocated, because the anatomy is different. I don't know if the size of the nipple is going to get any smaller. I mean, I'm not saying I got like huge geographic nipples or anything, but even a little poking out, it's still like embarrassing, you know, for a female, as female. Um, Unfortunately, right now, as much as people know that I am going through this transgender thing, and some people know that I plan on going on treatment. Some people have said, just go through the treatment already, unexpectedly, without me even thinking that that person specifically, being a douche, would say something like that. But um, yeah, like, not a lot of people know that I already plan on having this done, besides my mother and close people, like friends, because I made a separate Facebook for, like, people that I choose that I want to be in my life once I do this change. Like, I'm starting over. My life has not always been the best, and I just want to start anew, you know? I made a new Facebook. I've as of right now, am okay with the name. I'm keeping Chris. It was Edouard as my last name. I changed Edouard to my middle name so that way it doesn't have to be something that needs to be said unless someone asks, "What's your middle name?" But I put my last name as Rose. I thought maybe Rose might have been a little iffy with like femininity being in the name, but there's a lot of male people who have the last name Rose. Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls. There you go. Masculine man who plays basketball. His last name is Rose. Rose is the first name of my grandmother, who I lost on St. Patrick's Day in 2011 to ovarian cancer, who was very close to me. She was like a second mom to me, and I saw her through the whole process of being sick, losing her hair, and I actually stuck around with her when she finally was reaching her ending days. She had to go into hospice because she was in so much pain. Even though she requested to be at home where she was comfortable, they had to bring her to hospice because she was in so much pain. They wouldn't allow her to go back home without with that pain. They can't just treat it with regular medication. She needed to be like on heavy pain meds. Like, she was on a constant morphine drip, and then the cancer spread. So basically, like, you know, it was a very tough situation. I sat by her side the whole week she was in hospice. I was actually in the room with her as when she died. I saw every process of her getting sick and seeing her die in front of my eyes. I actually sat in a chair next to the bed with her already dead for almost 4 hours, just staring at her face. And everybody knows that, like, she was my everything. So I put hers as my last name because my original birth name was Crystal Riva Boyarsky. My father was an immigrant from Ukraine. This is where I got Boyarsky from. Somewhere along the line, somewhere along in the past, my father's father, their family was Polish at one point, and then, you know, by mating with more and more Russians, it slowly, like, you know, the Polish slowly runs out of the blood to where, like, by the time, you know, my father came around, there was no more Polish blood in the family, so we got stuck with the Polish last name. But my father was born and raised in Ukraine, and so I just called myself Russian, half Russian. I got teased by this last name. My middle name, Riva, was given to me because my great-grandmother on my father's side had breast cancer and actually passed away when my mother was pregnant with me. And my grandmother said, "You need to name her after my mother." and she said that she would give her my give me her name, her like would name me after her, like the middle name, would give the middle name up for her. So that's how I ended up with Riva, was my great grandmother's first name. So I just changed it. I made my father's first name my middle name, and then I have my grandmother that passed away from cancer as my last name. So it's Chris Edouard Rose, but pretty much I'm just gonna be known as Chris Rose. I don't know. I still have time, plenty of time before I have to legally change my name. So I'm gonna cut the video short before I have to post in 2 parts again. Topic got a little depressing. Yay, Packer in the mail. I will be doing a video once it comes in, show you guys what it looks like, color, texture, what it feels like, all of that. I'll do a review later on after wearing it for a while to see, like, you know, what the experience is like, whether I would recommend it or not. So, yeah. Like I said before, I love all you guys, and you learn to love yourself, pretty much.